Hey house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother 21 updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Brady Mathiasen. Brady, thank you so much for the support. We really appreciate it and could not do this without you, so thank you again. And if you guys want to be house guest of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. Alright, so when we left off yesterday, the house guest had just completed the Chaos Whacktivity competition. It was Whacktivity 2 of 3. So the players this time were Jack, Jackson, Holly, Tommy, and Sam. And we're still, you know, in real time, not sure who won at this point. We probably won't even find out until Sunday's show, I'm guessing. But it was an individually timed competition. It sounded like there was like a 15-minute limit. And people were saying that it was a fun competition. Was it though? Because they said you had to like match and move live snakes? No. Okay, but my thing is like, what the F? When are they gonna stop using live animals in these competitions? That's not what they're there for. Okay, it's not cool. Leave them alone. I don't like that. It's not cool. So anyway, we don't know who won, but it sounds like everybody, even if they were afraid of snakes in real life, were able to like get over their fear and do it. But like you had to actually like pick up the snakes. If it was me, I would have been like, I'm gonna sit this one out. You know, I don't need the power. Oh well, bye. I can't do it. So anyway, the house guests are trying to figure out who won the power. Some of them still don't even know who won the first one. Of course, pretty much everyone except for Ovi's actual friends know that he has the first one. But then Jack and Jackson were talking and they're telling each other that they didn't win it. Even though they're like, I'm a vault, bro. You can tell me if you want it. I'm a vault. It didn't matter. They are still saying to each other that neither of them won it. I feel like they would be honest with each other, but you never know. But they're thinking maybe Sam won, but then they're also saying or Tommy or Holly. So like anybody else. It's tough to say. But then they were checking out the restocked storage room during this conversation, and Jack is like, oh, we're good this week on food as long as David doesn't eat us out of house and home. And then Jackson says, David can cook for himself. What is wrong with you two? Okay, first of all, Jack, you're like joking, right? Because everybody knows that Jackson is the biggest consumer, eating like full melons at a time and like 2 bags of grapes. And then he is like the biggest policer of the food. Like, you two need to freaking chill out and leave David alone. So then after that, it was time to prepare for nominations, and Jack and his allies already know the plan, which is to put up Kemi and Jess. Kemi is a target, and see what happens with the power veto. If it's used, Cat goes up on the block. Okay, so he's still got to talk to the others because he wants to make sure everybody feels like they're in the know, even though he doesn't care about them. Okay, so Jack checks in with Nicole. He real quick lets her know, well, who's going up. He's like, you're fine, you're not going up. It's going to be Kemi and Jess. And Nicole's like, I trust you. I sure hope not. But anyway, then Kemi goes up to the HOH room to talk to Jack. And she says, I want to see where your head's at. You know, obviously we haven't talked that much except for like that one time last week. And she knows the nominations are today, of course. And she felt like last week he wanted her up on the block. And she was kind of nervous about that. And Jack's like, do you feel like you're going up this week? And Kemi says, yeah. So then Jack asks her, what do you think the reasons would be for me putting you up? And it was such a, do you know why I pulled you over move? And I hate that. So Kemi plays it cool and she's like, you know, just because I heard that you might have wanted me to go up last week. You know, she's not going to give away any information for free here. So Jack says, okay, going into this week, I'm looking to protect my game. He says he was terrified of her potentially winning HOH because he heard that she would put up himself and Mickey. So Kemi's like, wait, Mickey? What? She's like, no, you know, he banished me, but we're cool. You know, I don't have an issue with Mickey. But she does basically confirm that she would have been targeting Jack because, again, she heard that he wanted her up on the block. So then Jack is like, okay, well, I'm open to hearing like what you have to say. Is there somebody else that you think is more threatening to my game? Translation, give me info, give me names, time to sell some people out. But Kemi's not dropping names. She says, moving forward, I just want you to know, if you don't put me up, then if I win HOH next week or like the week after, I will return the favor and not put you up. So Kemi says, honestly, if she won this week, she's not even sure that she would have put him up, because she knows that his birthday is this week and she wouldn't want to put up somebody on their birthday. That's a lie. Like, she still would want to put him up, but she's saying this because her birthday is also this week. In fact, Jack and Kemi share the same birthday. Isn't that freaking weird? So weird. I don't think they're the same age, but they do share the same birthday. I feel like he's older than her, but I might have just made that up. We'll see. Yeah, so anyway, she's trying to, you know, play that birthday card, but it's not gonna work. So Jack basically tells Kemi that she's going up, but he says it's not personal, it's not based on character at all. You know, he says you're a beautiful person inside and out, and he says this is a play based merely on what he's heard. Okay, so then Kemi chats with Nicole, and she tells her about the conversation that she just had with Jack. She's like, I just want you to know I didn't drop anyone else's names, and she says she's kind of kicking herself for saying that she wouldn't put Jack up next week regardless of his decision, but like, girl, this is Big Brother. You can bounce checks. You could totally put him up if you wanted to. So she thought it was really weird that Jack said he heard that she would put up Jack and Mickey, because she says she only shared that with the Black Widows and Nick. So she also has noticed that Nick has been acting really weird with her the last few days, and she realizes, oh, Nick must be the one who spilled that info to Jack. He sure did. But you should not trust Bella either, because she's got some loose ass lips. Okay, so then Kemi is saying that she has more of an appreciation for Jack after talking to him. And honestly, it's really weird, because I feel like both times that I've seen them have like a one-on-one conversation, it's really pleasant. They seem to get along really well. But then when they're not talking to each other, they're talking crap about each other. I mean, especially Jack's talking crap about Kemi. Maybe not as much the other way, but she talks some crap about him too. But it seems like they get along really well when they're chatting. And Jack says like really nice, sweet things to her about how she's a great person. And he must be one hell of an actor, because it seems really genuine in the moment. But anyway, she also says that Mickey is one of the sweetest guys she's ever met in her life. No, she doesn't know what we've seen. They suck. But she does not see that face to face with them. So anyway, Kemi and Nicole both know now they cannot trust Nick. But what about Bella? Can they give her information still? Or is Bella gonna turn around and give that info to Nick? Or, like, they're also wondering, would Bella pick Nick over them if she had to choose? Yeah, probably. So yeah, they were still chatting. But meanwhile, Jack was talking to Jess up in the HOH room. And this is, like, her pre-nominations chat with him. So she's like, I want to be here. You know why I want to be here and what I represent. You know, she wants people to see that like plus size girls deserve to be on shows like this. Of course they do. Why wouldn't they? But like, yeah, judging by past seasons, there haven't been that many plus size girls, so good for her. But anyway, Jack says he loves all that. He loves what she represents. He loves everything that he's heard about her personal life. And he says, let me just start by saying, I think you're an absolutely magnificent person. Now, when you hear that, like, this can't be good, right? He's really setting her up here to be like, however, so he says his decision is based on conversations that he's heard about, and he's trying to protect his game. So then he says, there have been speakings of an all-women alliance. And he says, I heard you were kind of the head of that. So Jess says, oh, get the F out of here. Come on, girl, you know it's true. So Jack says, I have to make a play to establish my position on the men's side. He's like, you know, I love women, blah, 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 blah. I have to do this. So he tells her that she's a pawn and that he will use the power of veto on her if he wins. So I guess we're playing a game of one truth and one lie here, because yeah, she is technically a pawn at this point. But he is not planning on using the veto on her. He wants to keep it the same. So Jack also says that Kemi is his target this week because he heard that she would put him up on the block. And he says, I haven't heard that about you, but again, there were speakings of an all-women alliance. And Jess says that's bullshit. And she says, I'm not gonna lie, I do support women and I'm all for, you know, the empowerment of women, but to say that I orchestrated anything is bullshit. Come on, everybody knows. So she says, and I quote, to pin me down as a mastermind is disturbing. So Jess is like, I mean, you know, you're the HOH, so I'm not going to tell you to put somebody else up. She's not going to drop any names, but she's also not going to hold a grudge. She says, Mickey banished me in week 1, but I adore him, and like, I'm not going to hold this against you either. Why not? Okay, so then, it's hard to say who specifically ratted her out because it could have been a bunch of people. Could have been Kat, Sis, Holly, Bella. I mean, take your pick. It could have been all of them. But I mean, it's pretty well known that Jess has been talking about getting all of the girls together. Now, this is where things get a little bit complicated though, because he's talking about a women's alliance. There is the Black Widows Alliance, which is for women, but it sounds like he's referring more towards, or more, he's referring more to an alliance with all of the women, all 8 women. What am I even saying? I really need water. So it sounds like he's talking about an alliance with all of the women. So I think that's why Jess is denying this so hardcore. Like, obviously she doesn't want to admit that she has an alliance with 4 of the women. Yeah, can I get some water? Thank you. It's on the table, the dining room table. So she doesn't want to admit to that, but she genuinely is saying there is not an alliance with all of the women involved. So then, after her conversation with Jack, Jess is crying to Holly and Sis. Really? You're gonna go to Holly and Sis, 2 people that probably ratted you out? So she's telling them about her conversation with Jack, and she's like, yeah, he said I'm probably, thank you, going up on the block, and it's based on a total lie. Somebody told him that I'm the mastermind of a girls' alliance. So that, okay. So then Jess was also talking to Kemi and Nicole about it. She let them know what Jack said about the girls' alliance. And again, I think they're taking it as an alliance with all of the women. So they're not sure who told him about it. And now they know a girl is definitely going this week. Could have told you that before all this. But anyway, does Jess really believe that she wasn't the orchestrator of the girls' alliance, or is she just denying it? Because she is like adamantly denying that she did not orchestrate this girls' alliance. And I think, again, she's trying to say I didn't put an alliance together with all the girls, and she's trying to keep the Black Widows under wraps, because duh, you're not going to share that with everyone. Okay, so meanwhile, guess who's up in the HOH room with Jack? It's Big Mouth Bella. So he's explaining why he's going to put Jess up on the block. You know, they're talking about the girls' alliance. And then guess what Bella says? Bella says, 3 nights ago, or like 2 nights ago, me, Nicole, Kemi, and Jess, like, we all sleep in the same room. So Jess wanted to start an alliance. So then Jack is like, oh, so she's been the head of it, right? And Bella says, yeah, it's called Black Widows. So she says during that conversation, she, Nicole, and Kemi were all kind of like giving each other looks because they know from watching the show that girls' alliances never work. So they were like, why is she doing this? What's going on here? Yeah, they never work because of people like you who ruin it. Honestly, I feel like Kemi Jess and Nicole could have kept that secret going for a long time, but Bella had to open her mouth about it. So she is like, I'm also not sure if Nicole and Kemi have their own thing, because they were like sharing their own looks together. You freaking suck! Oh my god, Bella sucks so bad. So Bella says, if I'm playing in the veto, I'm just gonna go for a prize, and if I do win the veto, I'm not using it. Boo! Okay, so then this conversation is broken up when Nick comes in wearing Holly's snakeskin, like, bike shorts or some shit, I don't know, and a sports bra. And then Jack tells him to get up on the bed and dance, and he does, and he sticks his butt in Jack's face, and then that's that. Okay, so then downstairs, Jess continues her, I like to call it, cry and deny tour. Next stop, Cliff and Ovi. And then she also talked to Kat, and she's telling them, I'm being accused of something that I didn't do, and he's gonna put me up because I'm like the head of this alliance that doesn't exist. And they're telling her, I don't think you're the target, even if you do go up, so like just relax, it's gonna be okay. And then, yeah. She's freaking out though, she is freaking out. So then there was an interesting game chat between David and Ovi. And I feel bad for David because I think I didn't actually see this on the feeds, but I saw like an update about it. He was like crying or something because he's just like not fitting in with everyone, so that makes me really sad. But anyway, David tells Ovi, I feel like I just can't get any momentum with these people. And they're really not giving him a chance. Understandably so, they don't want to like give him a chance after he wasn't there for the first 2 weeks, but like he really did get screwed over. I mean, it just sucks. So then he's saying, obviously I want to get back in the game and win HOH, and Ovi agrees. He's like, hell yeah, why would we not want to do that? So David's like, do we play it safe now, or do we cause disruption? Because they're just chilling out for like 2 weeks until it's time to find out who's going back in the game. So David says he kind of wants to cause disruption and chaos. Woo! He was already out. He's got a lot less to lose, he feels like, than Ovi does. But they're not sure at this point how the returning camp comebacker will be determined. Is it going to be a competition? Is it going to be a vote? Is it going to be America's vote? They don't know. But Ovi's like, well, if it's America's vote, America does like a catalyst, so that could be beneficial for you. Ovi's strategy, he just wants to catch up on sleep for now. So he's not really doing much at the moment. But they agree that they're not going to drag each other because they're not enemies. Of course, only one person's going to be going back in, but, you know, they say, if it's not me, I hope it's you. So, we'll see. But then, the feeds go down for the nomination ceremony, and as expected, Jack puts up Kemi and Jess. Get ready, guys. So then, Bella and Nicole were chatting in the horse camp bedroom, and Bella admits that she told Jack about the Black Widows. So she's like, I had to do it to save our games. He was asking me if there was a girls' alliance, and I felt like I would have been really screwed over if I didn't tell him, because he must have already known. Somebody must have told him that there was something going on. Bullshit! It was weird because I feel like Bella was like enjoying telling him about it. It was really weird. I don't know. But Bella's explaining to Nicole that Jess or Kemi is going to be going home this week, and next week the other one. So she didn't want Jack finding out about the alliance from someone else, and then they were going to be the next two targets. So Nicole's like, okay, well, that's great for you because you told him, but I didn't, so I'm effed. I'm probably going to be next out after those two. So Bella's like, no, you have to trust me. I was trying to save both of our asses. It was really crummy of her. I'm sorry. So then Kemi joins them, and Bella admits to her what she's done. But man, the feeds cut for a few minutes right as we were about to see Kemi's reaction, so we missed that. But then Jess came in, and she was like, are you bitches conspiring against me? Like, she was joking, but like Bella definitely is, so yeah. So then Jess is asking, who do you think told Jack that I started an all-girls alliance? Yeah, Bella, who told him? Well, she did not admit to Jess what she had done. But they all agree that there isn't even an all-girls alliance, which I've now started abbreviating as AGA because it's just really annoying to write out. But anyway, yeah, they're saying there isn't an all-girls alliance. So again, I believe they are looking at it as an alliance of all 8 women and not, it wouldn't include their Black Widows alliance. But they're like, no, there's not an alliance with all the girls because we don't even talk to Holly and Sis that much. Like, no, it's not a thing. Alright, so then Jack was talking to Christy in the storage room, and Tommy and Jackson were in and out as well, and Christy is saying, you know, Jess was trying to get all the girls together. She was always talking about girl power, but there isn't really an all-girls alliance. It just doesn't exist. But then she's asking, you know, why does Bella have all this info, and why does she know the name of Black Widows and all that stuff? She's in it, duh. So Tommy said she was probably in it, duh. But they're talking about how they think that Jess might implode this week and get herself voted out. It sounds like she may have even spoken up and said something during the nomination ceremony. Ugh. So they're like, if that happens, oh well, because they want to get rid of her anyway. You know, it might not be a bad thing for her to go, especially since, you know, they're thinking about who's going to be coming back after the 4 weeks are up, and they're thinking if it's a competition, they're not really that worried about Jess coming back. Ouch. So then Christy is telling Jack, I think you made the right move. We got to get down to the 8, and this move is going to make the least amount of waves this week. She says this is exactly what she would have done. And she said, really? Because she said she wasn't going to put up any more girls, but whatever. So she says, you never know. You and Kemi might even end up mending things this week, because when she put up Kat last week, they actually got super close. So Jack is like, yeah, Kemi already approached me after nominations to make sure that we're cool. And again, I feel like when they actually talk to each other, they get along really well. It's weird. So Jack is then saying that he doesn't want people on the outside to think that he picked his nominees because, and he doesn't say, but we know he's thinking because they're all minorities. So Christy assures him, no, you made the right move. It's just a game. I would have done the same thing. Alright, so then Nick and Bella, the 2 rat snitches, check in with each other in the Target bedroom, and Bella's like, I wonder who told Jack about the all-girls alliance. What? And Nick says, you did. LMFAO. No, but again, I think Bella means who told Jack that that all the girls were working together, like before she said something, because she really feels like for him to be asking her about it, it meant that he already knew from somebody else that there was something going on. So Nick is like, I don't know, Sam maybe? Because don't forget, Bella already spilled the Black Widows alliance to Nick a few days ago, and Nick went and told Sam, so now he's wondering if Sam told Jack. I don't think he did though. I think again this is all referring to an alliance with all of the girls. Okay, so then anyway, Nick is kind of confused why Bella told Jack about it, and she's like, because he asked me. And then he's like, okay, well, why did you tell Nicole that you told him? And she says, because I didn't want her, you know, I thought that she was gonna find out eventually, and I thought I should get ahead of that. Alright, so then Nick is also concerned that Kemi is going to realize that he tells Jack everything Kemi tells him. Yes, she realizes, she figured it out, but he says, if she tries to call me out, I'm just going to lie my way out of it. You suck! Okay, so then Nicole, okay, Nicole lets Jess know that Bella is a rat, because remember earlier Bella admitted to Nicole and Kemi that she told Jack about Black Widows and she didn't tell Jess? Well, now Jess is finding out. So she's like, yeah, Bella admitted to me that she told Jack about the Black Widows a few minutes before nominations. So she's telling Jess, you need to keep your cool, don't tell anybody that I told you about this. And Jess is pissed. She says it's some effing bullshit. And then she says that Bella is the one who created the Black Widows. Did she? I I don't know about that. Honestly, it's hard, I think, to place the credit on any of them. Okay, it's definitely not Kemi, because she was in the diary room at the time when they were discussing this, and then she came out later, and they were like, this is our alliance now, and she was like, cool. So it wasn't her. But I feel like it just kind of formed organically as Bella, Nicole, and Jess were talking. I will say that Jess is the one who named it, but I don't know if that gives her ownership, you know? So it's tough to say. I feel like it was kind of like a mutual thing that the three of them were discussing. But yeah, Jess is now claiming that Bella is the one that created it. So Nicole and her are both pissed that Bella is looking like the hero to the other side because she's the one that told them about it, and now they're in trouble. So then Bella was talking to Nicole and Kemi again a little later, and she wants to know who told Jack about an all-girls alliance in the first place. She's swearing it was not her, and again, I think it was a combination of Holly, Sis, Kat, possibly even Christy to a certain degree, I don't know, but Bella probably dropped something too, like, I don't know. So anyway, Bella, no. Nicole and Kemi want to hear more about what Bella actually said to Jack, so they're pretty upset when they hear that she told him the name and everything, because they're like, whoa, that really makes this look serious and it solidifies things, because if he didn't know the name, they could have just said that they were like watching out for each other and it wasn't like an official alliance, but the name kind of really makes it, right? So Bella's like, Jess came up with a name, so it's fine, it's not a big deal. But then when Bella was talking to Kemi alone, she's like, I'm worried that I effed myself with that conversation with Jack. Like, did I ruin everything? Yeah, it wasn't good. Okay. Let's hope so, though. I mean, honestly, I'm just kind of sick of Bella at this point because she is so sloppy. Oh my god. Alright, in other news, there was another earthquake yesterday, but everybody's okay, so that's good. And then after that, Jess continued her unraveling tour. She was talking to Kat, but now she's saying yes, there was a girls' alliance called the Black Widows. It was started by Bella. It also included Nicole and Kemi. I happened to be in the room. Really? You happened to be in the room? Come on. Oh. But Kat already didn't like Bella before this, we know that. So this is just fuel for the fire, right? So Kat's like, a bunch of people want Bella out pre-jury because they know that she's always stirring stuff up. So we'll see what happens with that. So then later on, Bugle was playing over the speaker. Whatever. Okay, so the comeback campers are called to the DR to get their uniforms. What? So everybody's waiting for them for like forever to come out in their outfits, and when they finally do, we see that they are now wearing these like blue Boy Scout uniforms with patches. They've got hats, they've got a little yellow kerchief on. It was adorable, but that really sucks because if they have to wear that for the next 2 weeks, apparently it's like a typical BB costume where they gotta wear it like all day. I guess they could take it off if they're swimming. I'm not sure if they have to wear it sleeping. I feel like sleeping you're allowed to take those off usually. But wow, 2 weeks, that's really gonna suck. So anyway, later. Kemi and Bella were talking in the horse camp bedroom, and Kemi tells her, just so you know, Jess is now claiming that you created the Black Widows alliance. And Bella's like, did I? Like, she genuinely can't remember if she did or not, but she doesn't think that she did. And Kemi's like, I don't know, because I was in the diary room and you guys told me after, which is true. But later on, Bella was saying she definitely didn't create it, judging by questions that she was asked in the DR. She was like, no, it definitely confirms that I did not create it. So she couldn't remember in the moment if she did or not, but just going off of diary room, she says no. Okay, so then Bella's asking, so Jess is mad at me? What do you think? I think she should be. But they talk about how Jess is spiraling right now and it could be really good for Kemi. So then Kemi's asking Bella, if I get house guest choice, could I pick you to play? Like, would you play for me? Would you use it on me if you win? And she says, like, as long as it's not really harmful for your game. And Bella's like, yeah, I mean, I don't think I'd be safe the following week, so I probably couldn't use it on you. Damn, you're gonna freaking blow up your allies multiple times. This is not the first time that she's thrown Kemi under the bus, and she's not even gonna use the veto on her. But Bella agrees, like, yeah, I guess I could throw it to you if the opportunity arises and it's not, like, super obvious. So then Bella has some information for Kemi. She's saying, first of all, do not trust Cliff. True, because Cliff does not like Kemi, and Cliff was all like, if you pick me for a veto and I win, I'll use it on you, but like, So she was also saying that Jack told Jess that she's a pawn. This is also true. And Kemi is like, wait, what? He told Jess that she's a pawn and she's freaking out like this? Like, that's pretty crazy, right? And Bella also tells Kemi, I almost called her Kelly. She also tells Kemi, you're handling all this really well right now. And I have to say, she really is. She is super chill, super calm. But we should expect this because last week when she thought she was potentially going up on the block, she handled it really well too. She didn't freak out. So Bella's telling her, just keep it up, you know? Keep it up and maybe things will change and you'll be okay. So then the rest of the night, Bella's trying to do more damage control with Kemi and Nicole. I hope they're not falling for this because even if Bella is genuinely sorry and it was a mistake because she really thought that Jack knew already, she's already screwed them over before, and I definitely see her doing it over and over again. So like, she is not a good ally. But anyway, this morning they had the Power of Veto player picks. Nick is hosting, and the players are Jack, Kemi, and Jess, and then 3 extras, Bella, Sam, and Jackson. And it turns out that Jess got house guest choice and chose Jackson? What? Okay, I'm pretty sure I remember them having a conversation, and Jackson said that if he won, he would use it on her. But like, does she really think that he would use it on her? Because he would not. That was a lie. Maury says that was a lie. David was flabbergasted by this choice because he's super freaking perceptive. He was like, why would Jess pick Jackson? It just makes no sense. Somebody on Twitter said that David is real Vegas for sure. It was hilarious. But anyway, yeah, he's super perceptive. And then it was time for Jack and Jackson to touch base. And Jackson is saying he'll do whatever Jack wants if he wins the veto, even though he personally wants Kat out. Which is silly because Kat would still be in the house anyway, so she would find out about him and Holly. But Jack says, I would want you to leave the nominations the same because he made this move, he put up Jess and Kemi. He wants one of them to go. He does not want both of his nominees to stay in the house. So they agree. It's gonna be pretty crazy and interesting if Bella wins Power Veto because she's either gonna create a divide between her and Kemi by not using it, or a divide between her and the 8 by using it on Kemi. So they're like, it'll be interesting to see what happens if she wins. Alright, so then besides that, it was mostly more of the same today. Jess continues to freak out and dig a hole for herself. Not good. And Bella and Jack had a game chat, and Jack says that he wants to do what's best for Grateful. They're gonna have to evaluate the situation as a group, figure out who's the bigger target to the group, who would they be more worried about potentially coming back as like the camp comebacker or whatever. And then he's also kind of acting like he would be willing to even use the Power Veto on Kemi and like make a fake alliance with her and like use her or something. I don't know if he would actually consider that or if he's just like blowing smoke right now, but it was interesting. So then the feeds went down for the Power Veto competition around 2:30 p.m. today, and don't forget, it's a Love Island tie-in. There is going to be a trip to Fiji up for grabs, and everybody was thinking it was going to be like the rewards and punishments competition, but I don't think it was. The feeds came back around 4:40 p.m. and we find out that Sam won both the Power of Veto and the trip to Fiji, and it didn't seem like there were any other rewards or punishments involved that I've heard yet. But that's really crazy. I'm surprised that Sam even tried to win this. That's the second power of veto that he's won in 2 weeks, and I feel like it's kind of silly for him to be showing off these comp skills at this point. I don't know. I think it's a mistake on his part, but yeah, he won the power of veto, and it sounds like he does not want to use it. That's not really a big surprise. But it also sounds like Mickey was injured during the competition. Not like seriously, but like a stay off your feet and ice kind of injury. So that's where we're at right now. So at this point, it sounds like Kemi and Jess will be staying up on the block, and I'm sure there will be a crap ton of waffling leading up to the eviction. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, and until tomorrow, much love.